Hi guys, in our video today we're going to be working on adding parentheses to make true number sentences. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we can do any work today, we need to remind ourselves of PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's the method for how we work out number sentences because we need to work them out in a specific order in order to get our answer. So as just a review, the P stands for parentheses. The E stands for exponents, so the exponents we would work out after the work in the parentheses, or we'd look for the parentheses first and then do the exponents. So just a reminder, the exponents are the little raised number next to the base number. Then we have multiplication or division, depending on the order that they come in, always working them left to right. And finally, addition and subtraction, always working those also in order from left to right. So that's a review of PEMDAS. Let's take a look at some number sentences. I have two number sentences written here, one on the left, one on the right. Both of them have the exact same numbers, at least to start off with, on the left-hand side of the equal sign. So for example, 2 plus 3 times 4 is equal to 14, and 2 plus 3 times 4 is equal to 20. Both of those are true in some way. How in the world can they be true when they both equal different numbers? It's all about where you put the parentheses. For example, in the problem on the left over here, 2 plus 3 times 4 can equal the number 14 when I insert the parentheses around the numbers 3 and 4. Because of PEMDAS, I know that I have to do the work in the parentheses first. Therefore, 3 times 4 would be 12. And then by rewriting my equation, 2 plus 12, is going to equal 14. Meanwhile, on the other side, 2 plus 3 times 4 will give me 20 when I insert parentheses around the 2 and the 3. According to PEMDAS, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 because I'm doing my work in the parentheses first. 5 multiplied times 4 will give me 20. It's all about where you put the parentheses. If we look at another example, sometimes you will be asked if a number sentence is true or false based on where the parentheses are already. So here I have 6 divided by the quantity 2 times the quantity of 0 plus 1 is equal to 3. Now you might freak out for a little bit because you see not just one set of parentheses but a second set of parentheses. Don't worry about this. These are just called nested parentheses. Sounds kind of cozy, doesn't it? All it means is that when you see them, you're just going to work your way from the inner parentheses on the way out. So for example, here I see the inside pair of parentheses, which means they're nested within the outside parentheses. So I would do the work inside first. I know that 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. I'm going to rewrite the rest of my equation because I like to rewrite my equations after I do my work according to PEMDAS. Now let's finish off our parentheses. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. Rewrite the rest of our equation. 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. And 3 is equal to 3. So is this number sentence true or false based on where the parentheses are? In this case, it is true. 3 is equal to 3. Sometimes when you're asked to figure out which number sentence is true, it might take you a little bit of trial and error. That means that you might not figure it out right away, and that's okay. Sometimes you have to play around with the equations and figure out what actually makes that number sentence true. So don't be afraid for a little bit of trial and error. I have 3 number sentences written on the page here, and I am looking for which set of parentheses makes the number sentence true. I would like you to take a moment, pause the video, see if you can figure out, based on the parentheses, what set of parentheses makes the number sentence true. Go ahead and pause the video now. Alright, it turns out that the number sentence in the upper right is correctly equal to 24. If you would like to go on and watch an explanation for why that is, you can continue watching the video, or you may pause here and go ahead and finish up the rest of your work. So why is this one equal to 24? If we look at our exponents, if we look at our parentheses, we have to do the work in it first, and we also have an exponent. So we're going to do the exponent first. We know that 2 to the third power, I'm just going to write it down here, 2 to the third power is another way to say 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So we have an 8, and then let's just rewrite the rest of our work up here. Next, we still have to keep going in our parentheses. According to PEMDAS, we have to do division next. And so we have 8 divided by 2, which would give us 4. So I'm just going to rewrite the rest. And then we have to finish up our parentheses, so 10 minus 4 would be 6. And then we still have to multiply it by 4, so that would give 4 times 6, which is equal to 24. Let's check out the other ones. Looking at the one on the bottom left over here, the work in the parentheses first means that we have to do 2 to the third power, which we know is 8. And then let's just rewrite it. 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. And then just rewriting the rest of it. Following PEMDAS, we have to do our multiplication next, so that would be 40 minus 4, which is 36. 24 is not equal to 36, so that one does not work. Finally, the one in the upper left, we have to do the work in the parentheses first. Notice we have our exponent, so we have to take care of our exponent in that parentheses first. So once again, we have 2 to the third power is 8. Just rewriting our parentheses here. And then the rest of our equation, or number sentence. 10 minus 8 would give us 2. Rewriting the rest of our number sentence. Now we're going to just work on PEMDAS. We have multiplication and division, so we have to work it left to right. 4 times 2 would give us 8. And then 8 divided by 2 would give us 4. And we know that 24 is not equal to 4. Therefore, that is why the one in the upper right is the correct way to have the parentheses.